Warning, the following program has been rated T for truth.
You can't handle the truth!
Oh, we think you can. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report with your host, truth warrior and mythbuster, Kathleen Wells. The place where we distinguish fact from fiction, where data is used to drive points home, and where Kathleen takes the position that Democrats and black politicians have destroyed black America. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report. Now, your host, Kathleen Wells.
Hello, Truth Warriors and Mythbusters. It's me, Kathleen Wells, and welcome to the Naked Truth Report. And, you know, Jeff, this is my engineer I'm talking to. I really can't hear. Can you hear? I mean, can they hear me? Yeah, I'm going to keep talking. Anyway, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I can't hear properly, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to keep talking. So what do we want to talk about? I want to talk about the fact, well, you know what I want to talk about? What is approaching the U.S. border? Oh, look, I turned it up? Yeah, now I can hear. See, it was turned down. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know if you guys were able to hear me. I was saying, hey, what was approaching the U.S. border? Well, we all know. Everyone knows. In fact, I'm not going to talk about that first. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. The first thing I want to talk about is I was thinking about the midterm elections, and I saw Corin Lewandowski and Dave Bosey, I think that's his name, on ABC News, no, Fox News this afternoon. And they were talking about how, they were being interviewed by Chris Wallace. And they were talking about how, everyone is against Trump. I mean, I think that is undeniable, because when you look at the media, it's so lopsided, right? I mean, we have had 2 years of hate Trump, 2 years straight. So when you think about the midterms, it's like, well, no wonder. I mean, historically, Trump did better in the midterms than other presidents, right? But it's naturally, if you're going to have 2 years of hate Trump media, Trump is the Antichrist for 2 years straight, nothing positive. You're going to have some people that sort of like fall off, are going to buy into the things that the Democrats are saying, or buy into what the media is saying, even if it's not true, even if it's unreasonable, even if there's no evidence to support it. Because basically people are just saying, we don't like Trump's personality, and so therefore we should impeach him. How absurd is that? How is that not political analysis whatsoever? So, Trump has delivered the lowest unemployment rate for Black Americans ever. That's like meaningless to Black folks who oppose Trump. I mean, more and more Black folks are being pro-Trump, but the vast majority are still anti-Trump. And more, and Trump has delivered the lowest unemployment rate for Blacks. And it's like, no, they don't even mention it. They don't, well, and they don't even mention it, and they don't even believe it. They say things like, well, Trump, it was Obama. Trump inherited Obama's economy. This is what you hear. So the question is, what specifically, so you can never get them to, they just make these broad brush general statements. You can never get them to say something specific. Because what specifically did Obama do? What did he do specifically to improve the economy? I think, he got, $787 billion in a stimulus. So, that infusing that into the economy is going to get it to, do something. And, so there was some progress. This was given to Obama, this stimulus, 787. So what did Obama do specifically? You can never pin these folks down. It's just hate Trump media all day long, and some folks buy into it. So, I had a guy ask me on my Facebook page. I said, this is what I always say, and you guys know it. The Democratic Party has destroyed Black America. So he says, well, so does that mean we're supposed to vote for The Republicans. So, when people ask me that, my question now to them is, so what do you do when you've been destroyed by someone? You keep rolling with those folks? You keep hanging with those folks who have destroyed you? Think of like a battered woman. You're being beaten by a man. You're going to keep hanging with that guy? I'm not talking about alternatively, you vote for the Republicans. I'm just saying you're going to keep hanging with people that have destroyed you. How do you look? How do you seem? Like a weirdo, right? Who sticks with people who have destroyed them? This is bizarre to even ask. What will well, does that mean you vote for a Republican? I don't care what you do. Just don't keep hanging with people that destroyed you. Okay? So, this is what so in other words, no wonder we lost. Trump did better than anyone, any president in the midterms. But we're disappointed because we didn't want to lose the House. Why? Because we know it's going to be 2 years of investigations and nothing for the American people. 2 years of this bull crap. The Democrats are just spin and nothing else. The Democrats they spin everything and they solve nothing. The Democrats they spin everything and they do nothing. So they're going to be 2 years of investigations. And that's why us that support Trump, we don't want 2 years of investigations. It's like a waste of time. Not getting anything done, for the American people. Because we who support Trump, we want things done for the American people. We want some action, something proactive. We want some positive movement. Because there's plenty of things that need to be done. But instead, this is what they say. And this is when you talk to these Democrats who vote Democrat, they just say, well, we need a check on Trump. A check on Trump for what? So this is the thing. Black folks from day one has had unemployment in double digits. From day one. We have never got out of double-digit unemployment. So the question for Democrats is, and for including Obama, why have Black Americans been in double digits unemployment forever? Why? Why aren't Black folks middle class? Why isn't a large swath of Black Americans middle class? Why? Why is there poverty in Black America still? Why is there 40% homeless? There are 8% Black Americans in Los Angeles, and 40% of them are homeless in Los Angeles. Why? Homelessness in Los Angeles increased by 75% in the last 6 years. Why? They just ignore this stuff and they say everything is Trump's fault. So getting back to, that's my thing on the midterms. Trump did better than any other president. And given that there was nonstop straight hate Trump is the Antichrist for 2 years straight. Given that there was that, it's surprising he did that well. But we didn't even want the Democrats to take the House because we know there's going to be 2 years of investigations and it will go nowhere. It will do nothing. It will help the American people, not at all. So, this is why we are so, and that's another, we feel like there was some probably cheating also. Because how did this happen that after the election night, votes come in? This isn't, it's just always, like I said last week, it's always some hanky-panky with these Democrats. They spin everything. There's not a sincere bone in their body. And the issue is this, how does and I've said this 1 billion times, how do Democrats have any legitimacy whatsoever to opine on anything? They have achieved nothing. Black people have sustained this party for 5 decades, and our unemployment has been in double digits the entire time. How do these people have any legitimacy? So getting back to that Caravan, here comes Elijah Cummings. He represents Maryland, their 7th district. I just saw a picture of the alleys in Baltimore, Maryland. They look like a war zone. They look like, when you used to see pictures of like in the 50s or something of poverty. Remember when Robert Kennedy, you always remember, you guys, some of you aren't old enough, but remember when Robert Kennedy went to Appalachian Mountains and you saw those kids in poverty? That's how Baltimore looks. And Elijah Cummings, parts of Baltimore, and Elijah Cummings has the nerve to say, oh, let the Caravan folks in. What is wrong with this man? I mean, the Democrats are so, and I think it was Amy Colbert, how do you pronounce her name? Klobuchar or something like that. She represents Minnesota. She said, this Caravan problem is Trump's. This is in his lap. That's Amy Klobuchar. She said the Caravan, she's from Minnesota. She said the Caravan problem, she said that today. The Caravan problem, this migrant, there are 10,000 people marching to the U.S. border. And they're going to come right to L.A. Remember, at first I thought, oh, they're from Central America. Some will go to Texas. They're coming right to L.A. And look at I talk about the freeways. Everyone in Los Angeles talks about how crowded Los Angeles is. We are bursting at the seams, as I said. Traffic 24/7, all day, every day. Weekends included, yeah. And we've got 10,000 people marching to get in LA. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Anyway, I was watching, I don't want to watch Washington Journal anymore, but I'm an early bird and I get up early. And so I turn on Washington Journal because I kind of want to hear it maybe a little bit, but it's gotten like, because all those Democrats just calling, hating Trump. No political analysis whatsoever. So I was watching this morning and they had Raheem Salam on. He's with the National Review and he's written a book, Melting Pot or Civil War, A Son of Immigrants Against Open Borders. Raheem Salam. He's against open borders. So conservatives are against open borders. But we've had this, Elijah Cummings, who represents the 7th District in Maryland, he talks, and Amy Klobuchar, who represents Minnesota, they act like this immigration problem is new. And when you talk to Democrats, they all talk like, oh, well, this is a new phenomenon. This is something recent. This is just something, this is an occurrence that has happened, and it happened on Trump's watch, and it's all his fault. This is the way these people talk. And Democrats who vote for him believe it. They have no curiosity to go and do some research and say, hey, well, Barbara Jordan was talking about this in the 80s or 90s. Black folks have been, I always say this, W.E.B. Du Bois talked about it. Booker T. Washington talked about it. Booker T. Washington, I said that, who else? Marcus Garvey talked about it. How immigration, high immigration, adversely impacts Black America. And this is the thing that this Raheem Salam pointed out. So as I mentioned, unemployment has always been in the double digits for Black America. We've had so many programs since the Civil Rights Act for Black Americans, and yet unemployment has been in the double digits for us the entire time. Trump is the first president to bring the unemployment rate down. Historically low, the lowest it's ever been. So there's always been a problem with Black America. So it's not just, it's always been a problem with Black America. It's not just illegal immigrants, it's high immigration. Why high immigration? Why are Black Americans being left out? Why are we being excluded? Why are we being relegated to a permanent underclass? Why do our politicians not represent our interests? We've been here longer than anyone. 460 years. Why aren't our interests getting met? Why don't our politicians represent our interests? And, this is something that Dr. Claude Anderson talked about, because, Black politicians are not supposed to. They're supposed to represent the broad grouping of folks. So every group, and this is something that Raheem Salam talked about. Every group even immigrants at the turn of the century, have come and displaced Black Americans from working. We've been here 460 years. We fought in every war. In fact, the first casualty in the Civil War, I've said this before, was a Black man, Crispus Attucks. What more do Black Americans do? So something specifically needs to be done. One thing that needs to be done, Black folks need to get informed and stop voting for Black politicians. Stop voting for Democrats. I don't care if you never vote again. Just don't vote Democrat. And we need to inform each other to do this. Stop voting Democrat. You don't have to vote. Just don't vote for Democrats. Stop voting. If you can't vote Republican, just don't vote. Our needs have never been met. And we need to just step back and do nothing. Stop being So I don't know why all those Black women voted for, what was her name? The Stacey Abrams. They're confused. Now, I'm thinking maybe in the South it's different. But Black Americans have been getting the short shift in America forever. Forever. And now we've got these immigrants. Oh, this is the other thing. And I did call into Washington Journal this morning, and I said my name was Michelle because when I call Kathleen, they hang up. Anyway, because I've been typing on their Facebook page and typing on their Twitter, so they know my name. But anyway, I did call in and I said that, what did I say? Oh, I talked about the fact that, this has been a problem. Black Americans are 40% of the homeless in Los Angeles. And I said that illegal immigrants have 80% of the construction jobs. So we've got another 10,000 coming in. And when Chris Farrell was on the show with Judicial Watch, he said, and 95% of them are guys, are men, young men from 17 to 35 or whatever. And they're going to want to work in construction. They're coming here to get jobs. So they suppress wages. So whose jobs are they going to take? And this is, Black men can't even think like this to me. It's like, if more men, it's supply and demand. If more men are coming into your city, that means competition for you for a job. Oh, it's just very frustrating. Anyway, let's play, Jeff. I have a few. Should we do Elijah Cummings or the other one? Let's listen to Elijah Cummings justify letting migrants into the country, the Caravan. Okay, thank you.
Let me ask you about the president's potential deal with the incoming government of Mexico. It's not clear yet if they've totally signed off on this, but the idea that any asylum seekers that come through Mexico seeking asylum would stay in Mexico until their court date in the United States. If the president cuts a deal with Mexico, are you supportive of that?
No. I think because that's not the law. They should be allowed to come in, seek asylum. That's the law. And we don't.
Would you support changing the law?
No. I think that we have a system that has worked for a long time. This president has come in, wants to change it. That's up to him. But now the Congress has got to stand up, and hopefully they will.
Do you think what he's doing is constitutional?
I don't know. We'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see. And that's another thing. The court. A lot of people don't realize that President Trump he's basically controlled the legislature because they've been aiding and abetting him and defending him, by the way. He, of course, controls the executive branch, and now he controls pretty much, or trying to control, the judiciary. So he's basically had all three branches with no check. Now he has a check. And again, but Chuck, let's not be confused.
Okay.
We have got to address the things that the American people want us to address. They are tired of this. They're tired of hearing the lies. Right. They're hearing people say that lies are truth, the truth are lies. They're tired of it. And what they're saying is, help me get my prescription drugs. Help me get health care. Help get my roads.
What you're saying is, if you're worried about tax returns and you're not, that isn't what you want the focus to be.
No, my focus is on, my zero focus is on the day-to-day lives of the American people. But I'm also, by the way, we can do more than one thing at a time.
Right.
I'm also focused on making sure that after this storm is over, and I do consider the storm that we're going through, the Trump storm, after that storm is over, what will we have? Will we have our democracy? And as I've said to the president, when I spoke to him in his office, I said, Mr. President, look, I said, I'm 67, you're 70. I said the greatest gift we can leave to our children is a democracy intact, and opportunity, and with their voting rights. And that's so important to me.
Okay, that was Elijah Cummings. And, so he's making this argument that somehow Trump is attacking democracy. I mean, this is like a straw man. How specifically, you know what it is. How specifically is Trump attacking democracy? How, Black folks have been voting since the Voting Rights Act. And they bring that up like it's an issue. Black folks elected Obama. Were there suppressed votes then? I mean, we voted like gangbusters for Obama. See, they bring up these straw mans. Is that what you say? So, because he's saying he's attacking democracy. How specifically? Trump said that the Ninth Circuit is biased. Is that the truth or not? How is that attacking? How is the truth attacking democracy? See, these politicians have been lying. They have been crooked and con artists the whole time. Elijah Cummings says, oh, we've had we've had a system that has worked the whole time. That's a lie. Because we have 12 million at least. Some say 20 million, 22 million. We have 12 million illegal aliens in the United States, at least. How is that working when you got illegal folks in your country? How is it working when Kevin DeLeon says half his family has fake IDs and fake social security numbers and uses them? How is that democracy working? How is that democracy working when you got illegal folks getting driver's license and possibly voting? How is that democracy working? See, these politicians are frauds. They're phonies. They're cons. They're liars. And it's projection. What they project. So here comes Trump trying to fix things. And they call him screwing up democracy. No, these politicians are cons. They've been conning the American people forever and a day. They've never gotten anything done. Black America has been in unemployment double digits forever. We have illegal aliens up to 20 million possibly. Some even say more than that. We have 1.3. Look at this. We have no roads fixed. The infrastructure in Los Angeles is disastrous. Look at the fires in California. This is from negligence and not maintaining the forest floor. But but Democrats, they blame global warming. These are phonies. So in other words, these Democrats have been, maintaining their lifestyle, making their money, and getting rich, by the way. The Clintons have gotten very rich. The Obamas gotten very rich. And what have they done for the American people? I'm not talking about what have they done for illegal aliens or people who aren't citizens. What have they done for Americans? Anyway, there's my music. This is R.L. Burnside. It's bad. It's bad. You know why it's bad? Because the politicians are con artists. They spend everything. They've screwed over the American people forever and a day, and we've had enough. So I'll be right back. We'll open up the phone lines when we come back. I'll be right back.
It's bad, you know.
It's bad, you know. It's bad, you know. It's bad, you know. It's bad, you know. Hey, so what I was thinking is that, you know, the Democrats don't, you know, if you discuss about things that are true, if you discuss the truth, that means that Democrats have failed. You know, Democrats have failed, 5 decades of failure. So they have to evade, they have to ignore, they have to sidestep Black America. Because Black Americans have sustained the Democratic Party. They had all those programs on this, that, and the other, like poverty programs, education programs, jobs programs, all that stuff. And Democrats have failed. You have failed when you've got 40% of Black Americans are homeless in America. And, you know, I saw people on Facebook tell me, yeah, you know, Latinos have all the construction jobs in Newark. They have all the construction jobs in Philadelphia. They have all the construction jobs in DC. They have all the construction jobs in Chicago. So yeah, Democrats have failed. So they have to ignore, they have to sidestep the issue. They have to bring up what? Healthcare. We just had 8 years of Obama and they're bringing, and Obamacare, and they're bringing up healthcare was the issue during the midterms. These phony balonies, they're unbearable. They're unbearable. They're cons. And, you know, listen, it is Black Americans' responsibility to educate other Black Americans. It is, because we don't have anyone advocating for Black America. No one but ourselves. You know, Candace Owen and I, and some of these guys, Brandon Tatum, just a few folks sprinkled here and there that you see on Fox. I'm here, Brandon, you know, Candace Owen. But, you know, and this is why I got to get this tour going. And I got to get it going so that, you know, in the 2020 election, Black folks don't vote Democrat. That's just the end of the story. Because, you know, it's conceivable with Democrats cheating and everything that Trump could lose. I don't think so, but you never know. You know, you gotta, what is the word I'm looking for? You gotta safeguard against the possibility that Hillary may win. You don't know what kind of crap these cheating folks will do. These lying suckers will do. You don't know what kind of crap. They're setting us up. Because on Washington Journal this morning, they were talking about, well, excuse me, they were asking, who do you want to see running in 2020? And Mark Penn said, you know, they're setting us up. Don't you see? It's a setup. Because Hillary may run again. And she may win this time because they have I know it sounds absurd. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know because we never expected Orange County to go all blue. Okay? So that's why I've got to get this tour going because we got to get Black folks not voting Democrat. Too many Black women voted for Stacey Abrams. So they're buying into the media and this hate Trump. They don't understand the analysis. They don't understand the politics. They don't know what's going on. That's why I got to get this tour going again so we can go out there and educate Black folks. It is the responsibility of Black Americans to take care of Black Americans because no one else is going to do it. Our politicians that we vote for are not going to do it. We must do it. We, the people, must do it. Okay? You hear what I'm saying? Anyway, and you know, they've been derelict in their duty to Black Americans. They owe us. Oh, and this is the other thing I want to say. You know, I don't like that victimization thing. You know, I don't believe in that. No. And conservatives don't believe in that. But yes, Black Americans have been victimized by white liberals, by Democrats. Yes. Just as Trump is being victimized by white liberals and the media. Just as Kavanaugh was victimized by white liberals and the media. Just like conservatives are now victimized by liberal ideology and the media. So Black Americans have been victimized by Democrats' liberal ideology and the media and Hollywood culture for 5 decades. Yes. And I don't even believe in that victimization stuff. But you cannot say, any conservatives always say, you cannot say to Black folks, stop being a victim. Because Trump is a victim of the liberal ideology. And conservatives are a victim of liberal ideology. Yes. These folks, they're dirty. They have nothing is true, nothing is accurate. They slither around like snakes, right? You can't trust them. What they say is not the truth, ever, ever, ever. How can you heard Elijah Cummings say, because the immigration system has always worked. That is the furthest thing from the truth. Because we have 22 million, possibly 12 million at least illegal aliens in the country. How is the system working when you got millions of illegal folks in your country using fake IDs and fake social security numbers, right? So we just heard Elijah Cummings lie. Anyway, let me take a phone call now, Mark from LA. Hi, Mark. Welcome to the Naked Truth Report.
Hi, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Good.
Quick question. And look, I'm not being combative here. I'm actually asking just a simple question. How many black senators are in the Republican Party in the U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate, and how many black congressmen or women are in the U.S. Congress that are Republicans?
Why?
Well, because if the Republicans are fighting for black people, then obviously they should be represented. Taxation without representation. So I'm asking you, how many are represented by Republicans, by black Republicans in the U.S. Congress?
I think there's only one black senator, if I'm not mistaken.
And how many Democrats?
How many Democrats are in the U.S. Congress?
Black Democrats in the Senate and the House.
I don't know the exact number, but your point is?
My point is that obviously, look, I feel and understand that you deviate from the majority of the black population and you are voting conservative or Republican. And I respect it. I have no issue with that. But my question becomes, and I'm making this number up, I don't know if it's accurate, but let's say it's not without the side of possibility, that's 75%. 75% of blacks vote Democrat or Republican. I'm sorry, Democrat for Senate or for Congress. So, 75% vote Democrat, period. And they are represented by themselves. They're people of the same color in both the Senate and the House on the Democrat side, but they're not represented on the Republican side. So how can black Republicans feel that their best interests are being taken care of if they are not represented in Congress by one person?
What? I don't listen.
I'm asking.
No, I don't even get what you're saying. This is what I'm saying. Obviously, politicians isn't the way for, it's just symbolic. What do you mean by representing?
Symbolic.
No,
this is
no, but the thing, and we're at the bottom, so they're not serving our interests, are they? So this is the issue.
So why do 75% of blacks vote Democrat versus Republican? So why are you right and 75% of people, 3/4 of people are wrong? Why are you so right and they're so wrong?
Well, I used to be a Democrat, but I finally woke up. I mean, maybe I'm smarter. Maybe I do more work.
Well, so what did you do? Oh, so you're smarter than 75% of blacks. You're better than 7% of blacks. 75% of blacks.
Yeah, I think smarter. Yeah, more knowledgeable. Yeah.
Okay, so you're better than 75% of people. That sounds pretty arrogant, don't you think?
No, it's the truth.
You also called Democrats and liberals snakes. That's a pretty broad stroke.
Yeah, they are snakes. They're you just heard Elijah Cummings.
So I'm a liberal. I'm a Democrat. Am I a snake?
I don't know you, but pretty much I would think so.
Called liberals and Democrats.
Yeah, I would. I would think you're a snake. Yeah.
Okay, I don't even know who I am.
But if you
By
vote,
the way, I called into your show. I got in 2 seconds because you know what? No one's calling in. No one's listening. But you know what? I'm having fun mocking you on the air.
Oh well, there are other people on the phone line. Okay.
Oh, you turned down other people on the phone line.
Yeah,
because you took my call.
But
okay, so you know what? Then put through 3 phone calls from.
Oh, goodbye, Mark. You're so silly. You're so silly. Bye. You're silly. First of all, I mean, this guy is silly. He's a Democrat. It doesn't even make sense. I can't even remember. It didn't make sense. Anyway, let me take Dave now in Orange County. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen.
Right.
It's gonna take strategery, and what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to communicate to different ethnic minorities and tell them what's going on, how they're being hurt, and we've got a message. We're going to have to recruit. If you all can go to my page on Facebook, I created Volunteer California, volunteering for Republican campaigns. Now, look, these people who keep on bashing on the Republican Party, okay? One of the things, now I have a Tea Party group, and I was interviewed by Time Magazine, and you can go, I don't like the title of it, but you can Google why the Tea Party forgives Reagan's sins. I don't get title, but in that article I was interviewed, it's about me, and it's about the Tea Party, and it's about others.
Well,
and so,
okay. Dave, what is
Ted
your
Cruz
point?
is in the article.
Well, what's your
Ted
point?
Cruz and Reagan, Michael Reagan are in the article too. But here's the point. The Tea Party made one big mistake, and that was bashing on Republicans too much, saying, get them all out. Look, we can't do that. If we're going to do that and destroy our own party that way, sure, it's bad with the leadership right now, and we're changing that. I have friends, we're working on that in California to change the leadership and to recruit. So, look, we have to have a tool, and that is the Republican Party. We've got to change the Republican Party and use it.
Okay.
So we're going to have to strategize. We're going to have strategize.
Strategize, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, with that. George Bush's way. But here's the thing. We've got to recruit people. We've got to message, and we've got to negative campaign. This California Republican Party refused to negative campaign against the high crime increase caused by Prop 47, AB 109. Republicans win on the crime issue. We could have won big. Now, there is hope if we just do the right things, and we've got to work with black people.
Okay, yeah.
Reach out to them.
Okay, I agree with you, Dave, and that's what I'm trying to do, reach out to black Americans. We need to reach out to black Americans. Okay, let's take Linda. Hi, Linda in Burbank.
Hey, Kathleen.
Yeah.
Mark Muser, who ran against Alex Padilla for Secretary of State, Mark Muser should sue Alex Padilla for the voter fraud that's gone on. This was on Alex Padilla's watch. He didn't take off any dead people's name. He didn't take off any non-citizens' name. He didn't take off any illegal aliens' name. And he didn't see whether more than one sample ballot would go out to Democrats. Like I told you last week, my friend got two. She told me. And Mark Muser should sue Alex Padilla for all that, let alone have him recalled, since Mark Muser's an election law attorney. In addition, he should also represent all the Republicans that got, that lost the election.
Okay, I agree with you, Linda. I think we should sue. I got a lot of phone calls. Let me take them. Ryan from Kentucky. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
I gotta be saying, I've been listening to the show, and I'm confused because, as the gentleman said two calls ago, the idea that that we need to mobilize. We need to mobilize. We need to tell black people what to do. We need to tell Latino people what to do because they are voting for the wrong party. And if we do not tell them what to do as white Americans, then we are not doing our job. We white Americans need to tell the blacks and Latinos and the gays and the colors that they need to tell them what to do.
No, I need to tell them what to do, and that's what I'm doing on this show. I'm telling them what to do.
Yeah, I'm tired of those colors being so uppity and being like, oh, we're going to vote Democrat. Like, do you even know who you're voting for?
Yeah, I mean, you're saying colors and uppity. I'm going to hang up the phone. You sound funny. Anyway, I'm uppity. You better believe. And I'm telling you that I need to tell black folks to not vote Democrat. Okay, let's take Andy on. These are good callers, huh? Aren't they funny? I'm actually enjoying these people. Okay, now we take Andy in LA. Hi, Andy.
Hello, how are you?
We have a lot of calls. Hi. Look, the phone board is lit up.
Anyway, what I was going to say was, I used to be a Democrat.
Yeah.
And when I was a Democrat, Democrats looked out for the people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that anymore.
Right.
They don't do that.
I agree.
Democrats turn the truth into lies. They turn lies into the truth.
Well, you just heard Elijah Cummings.
Oh, yeah, he's one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And look,
another thing.
How Baltimore looks.
What nationality is he?
He's black.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. But what I was going to say, all of these illegals trying to crash our border.
Yeah, you see it, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, these people bring nothing. They bring nothing. to build America. They only come here to get whatever they can get, and they don't care how they get it. And that same culture that they have there, they're going to bring the same thing here.
Right.
That destructiveness, they're going to bring it here with them. And all this stuff is about the Hillarys and all this kind of stuff. It's about tearing down America.
Right.
Destroying America.
I agree with you.
And that's all they're up to, is destroying America. What they're going to do when it's destroyed.
And it's when they're not bringing skills, and this is I agree with Trump. I agree with Trump that we need people who are skilled for specific jobs. They're just going to, it's unsustainable economically for people to be weighing on our welfare system like that.
Right. But another thing I want to say too, you're talking about all the jobs and the construction work that all these illegals get when they come here, and that's all that's working. That's black folks. That's white folks. That's Filipinos that don't protest. The people that do the hiring for those construction companies, they deliberately hire only illegals.
Oh, yeah, because they suppress wages, they can get them real cheap, right?
Right, they can get them real cheap. And those that need the jobs, those that need jobs, all the other races don't protest. They don't say nothing. So they don't get to work.
Well, it's our responsibility, Black Americans, to look out for ourselves and to inform ourselves. Obviously, our politicians aren't looking out for us, so it's our responsibility. That's why I have this show. This is why I support Candace Owens. We must inform our people. We have to take the responsibility, okay?
You don't see Jesse Jackson then marching against all the discrimination with this construction work.
Oh, no. He's for illegal immigrants.
That's something for illegal immigrants to tear the system down.
And they're not immigrants, they're illegal aliens. Yeah, he's for
illegal aliens.
Yeah, he's for that. And Al Sharpton and all of them.
And Al Sharpton, all of them. They don't do nothing to protest the fact that all these illegals got the construction job. Everywhere you look, everywhere you drive, I don't care if it's digging a ditch. He ain't black, he ain't Filipino, he ain't Chinese. He's
not white. Well, they suppress wages. They keep wages down. You're in LA. What part of LA are you in, Andy?
West
LA.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all out. They're everywhere. You see them on every.
Everywhere. I heard you speak sometime about the national language, English speaking.
Right.
All you got to do is go to see where it's gone. All you got to do is go into not a 7-Eleven. What's the other one?
CVS or.
No, what's the other gas? Not 7-Eleven. What's that other one?
Walgreens.
But anyway, all you got to do is go in there and you think you're in Mexico. Nobody speak. They do it deliberately.
Right.
They don't speak English anymore.
Right. I know. You go in CVS.
They do it deliberately when you come in there. Now, they know you don't speak, so they talk English right quick. But when they're amongst their own and thousands of them, they act like they're in Mexico and don't know nothing but Spanish.
And this is America.
AM/PM.
Yeah, AM/PM. This is America, but it's because, we've been complaining about this for 4 decades.
Right. And I want to say one more thing before I get off the line. I've never saw you before. Always heard your voice. Your voice, and when I saw a picture of you, your voice doesn't match your beauty. You are a pretty lady. You are a pretty lady, and your voice doesn't match it.
My voice sounds bad.
No, it just doesn't match the beauty I saw in that picture of you on the internet. I said, gee, that's a pretty woman. I said, I never would have thought that by her voice, but.
No, I have a good voice. No, I'm kidding.
You have a lovely voice, but to me, it just didn't match your beauty once I saw what a good-looking woman you are.
Thank you, Andy. I really appreciate it. You made my day. After that other guy, he was insulting me. I didn't even, I can get into it with that guy. I can't remember his name, but I just didn't have the energy to go around in circles and argue with him about crap that he does. Yeah, he's a snake. Democrats are snakes. I said it. You don't like it? Too bad. Anyway. Anyway, that's it, folks. I'll see you next week. This is the Naked Truth Report. I'm Kathleen Wells, your host, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.